Well, Bill, Donald Trump has been quite vocal about trade with China. In 1987, for example, he wrote The Art of the Deal that argues that American negotiators are snookered by smarter deal makers in China, Mexico and Japan, who managed to penetrate the United States market without granting equal access to their own. So what effect would his leadership have on international trade should he make it to the White House?
That's the fear. The problem with when you're listening to Trump, he's using both what I call trade carrots and trade sticks. The trade carrots is lowering the tax rate, making it better for companies to come back to the United States, to start up manufacturing here, to make it a much more company-friendly environment for companies. Nobody has a problem with that. The problem is trade sticks. If you're going to start putting up tariffs, ripping up international trade agreements, it could have a very bad effect on the whole world economy. The Wall Street Journal once just wrote an article saying that Donald Trump could take us back to the 1930s and the Smoot-Hawley tariff, which led to the Great Depression. So there's a lot of fear among trade experts that Trump is really going down a wrong path if he's going to start to put up big walls against imports. But understand, he's paralleling Bernie Sanders is just as bad as far as trade goes. Hillary Clinton is becoming more protectionist to protect her base. See, what Trump has done is he appeals to the lower class, the lower middle class, the workers, many of them not college educated, who are worried that through illegal immigration and through trade, they're losing their jobs. And because they're so afraid, they're looking for somebody to help them, and along comes Donald Trump. And there's about a 70% chance he'll win the Republican primary, probably better than 70% now. Probably 50-50 he could actually win the election. And this could be a whole new era where the United States moves backwards and becomes much more protectionist. And this is the scary part. The Trans-Pacific Partnership probably won't go through if Trump becomes president. The issue of market economy for China, forget it, it won't happen. There's so many issues that Trump can play with. And if he gets in and becomes president, under the Constitution, Congress controls trade, but the president has a lot of power, and he can bring his own dumping cases, for instance. He can do a lot of things to really restrict imports into the United States.
Why is trade policy so important in this election in particular?
There's a toxic brew. One is the failure to educate the average American on how trade works and how manufacturing, like Boeing airplanes, is tied to a long logistical line with parts coming from all over the world, which are assembled in the United States. And a lot of people just don't understand that. Second thing is the argument by the labor unions, the raw materials, that all trade is unfair trade, that all imports coming into the United States are dumped. All imports are subsidized. And so people believe that everything is being unfairly traded into the United States, which simply is not true.
Thanks for watching. For more videos from the Voice of the Market, please subscribe.